Okay, welcome to class number 2 for Microsoft Office, sponsored by Coyote Valley. Thank you guys for being here, and let's just do a quick review of last week. We covered the basic components of the Microsoft platform. So what I'll do is let me open up Microsoft Office in Word specifically. I did go over all of them. I'm not going to today. Just because there's no reason to completely go back over it right this moment, unless someone has questions, and then we can always go over it. Okay, so
I do have a question, David.
sure.
I was just curious if you received my email.
When did you send it, Israel?
I was right after the last Thursday, right when we got done. I wasn't sure if I got your right email.
What was
It was the assignment.
okay? I think I did. I get about 500 emails a day, so I'll go back through it and I'll double check. If not, I'll find your email in the class and then I'll shoot you an email over.
Okay, if you didn't receive it, just let me know.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
Don't stress about it too much, just because this is a non-credit class. So it's okay. It truly is okay if you miss one assignment or something of that sort. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, so when you guys load up, and we're gonna cover this today too. I'm going to go into a blank document. You guys can all see that I'm in Microsoft Word, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So on the home, these are tabs: home, insert, draw, design, layout, references, mailing, review, view, and help. I know the tribe is working on getting everyone access to the 2021 version, which is what I have as a college level professor, because 2016, which was the original one that was paid for by Coyote Valley, has maybe 2/3 of the features of 2021, and our book is based off of 2021 and 365. 365 does not have all the components that the one that's actually installed on your computer, and the Apple version is different than the PC version. We're covering the PC version because it's more extensive. Okay, so this is the ribbon. It's clipboard, so copy, paste, cut, format painter, so you can paint with various formats that could be on there, or you can remove all formatting. Here you have your fonts, different fonts that you can actually kind of go over. Microsoft does have the capability of downloading over 20,000 different fonts. What you do with that, I don't know. But you can download a bunch of different ones that are on the internet and then upload them into here. Font, you can choose the different sizes of font, or you can just type it in yourself. So 50, and then it automatically cursor gets bigger. I have personal preference on what you guys normally write in. I normally write in between 10 and 12. This makes them bigger. This makes it smaller. And I said we will recover all of this again. It's part of today's. These are the different italicizing, bolding, underlining, strike through, subscript, exponents, adding different text effects, highlighting, text of color, and then clear of all formatting. Bullet points, various different styles, your justification, so alignment, so left, center, right, or fully justified, meaning completely flat on both sides. The words are spaced out, and hopefully there's no hyphenization. This is a line spacing, indenting left and right. This is actually making it sorted, so it's alphabetical. This is going to be all of your shadings. This is going to be creating borders and boxes. These are your styles. That will open it up further, and you can always upload even more styles than that, or you can create your own. Find, replace, select, dictate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, depending on how clear your speech is. I do have a few speech impediments that the dictate messes up. So does Google. So don't feel bad. There's the editor, then reusing the different files. So if you, let's just say, you accidentally exited out or the computer crashes and you're working on something, and it does autosave to a certain point, like Google Docs. That's what the reuse files. This is a new feature in 2021. It is not on 16. It is not on 19. It's 2021. Next one, the insert, cover page, blank. So these are the different pages, page breaks. This basically just a section that you can't do anything in. Tables, pictures, so you can choose different from your device. Stock images, so they're copyright free. And then online pictures, be careful with those. You can choose the uncopyrighted ones, so the copyright free, but also you can choose other ones that are protected by copyright. So just whatever you're doing, just be careful. Different shapes. We can completely go through those a little bit later. Icons. This one is brand spanking new for 2021. And a few of the students last week were like, wow, where did this come from? It's a new feature. I haven't used it yet. I can't wait to start using it, especially for like the holiday stuff. My wife and I are super into being very festive, and we like to do invitations and cards and stuff like that. So this will be very helpful for what we'd like to do. We'll close that. 3D modeling. So you can choose an STL file or a .mod file. If you don't know what those are, they're three-dimensional renderings of like engineering drawings. So you can actually input them, and it will put the three-dimensional model in there as a floating object, like an image. Smart art, we can cover those. It's the various different styles of showing iconographical lines or outlines, lists, tabs, how things should go in order, hierarchies, whatever you're doing now. It's a visual aid. Inserting charts. Just be aware when you're doing this, if you have a linked table, you can also link it to a Excel file and bridge everything over and do a snapshot of it. That's intermediate advanced. That is not in this introductory course that we're doing right now. I love doing that because you can actually, in like a Word report, you can have everything linked together, and then when you share it over, you can share all of the documents together in one file and password protect all of them, so no one can actually mess them up. They can just look at them. Reusing files. These are add-ons. Okay, my add-ons, I don't have any. Wikipedia. Yes, Wikipedia is now a Microsoft thing. Online videos, you can interlink them, create links within there, bookmarks, cross-references, add comments, headers, footers, page numbers, text boxes, quick parts, which is, there's the auto test, the document property, so the different things you can insert different fields and move forward. The word art, that is, since there's no word art, I can't do this one right this second. Signature line, you can add a signature line. You can also add signature services. So if you have a Microsoft account and it has your credit card, when you share it, you can actually add it's just like a Adobe signature or DocuSign. People can digi-sign it, and it's pretty cool, but I think it's like $2.99 or $3.99 signature. Can get kind of pricey. Dates and times, different objects, your equations, very simple ones that are there. You can insert other equations that you can build. You can go online and explore all the other ones that are available through Microsoft. Same thing with symbols. You can get more symbols. These are just the built-in ones. Sorry, I'm going fast. I'm just trying to recap last week. The draw features. These are absolutely not on any other version of Microsoft. So eraser, black pen, red pen, gray pencil, and then you have the highlighter, and then this is the action pen. Designs, you click the downward arrow. These are the built-in designs. You can download more from Microsoft. They have tons of them that are free. I want to say there's 500. Jasmine's popping in. Give her a second. Hi, Jasmine. Just so you know, this is being recorded. If you want to keep your camera off for privacy, you're more than welcome to. I'm just recapping last week because, well, we need to kind of recap it and record it. I didn't record last week, as well as one of our students this week was not able to be with us last week. So we're doing a common courtesy of helping that student out. Okay, then we have colors. We can change the different color schemes. Your fonts, paragraph spacing, your effects, and then you can set whatever these are as your default, and it automatically does it for you. So you don't have to think about it. Adding watermarks. These are great for documents that you don't want people to mess with, especially draft samples or confidential or do not copies. You can change the page color if you want to do that. I don't recommend it unless you absolutely need it. Page borders. There's the borders, page borders, shadings, and change the shadings of all the borders. You can also add, oops, get over here, 3D borders. You can do custom borders, and then if you scroll down, there should be festive ones here. Maybe I need to download those. Okay. Oh wait, there we go. You have fun ones if you want to do something like this. I don't know. Don, do you have to do like your flyers for any parties and stuff, or do you have another staff member do that for you?
We all do. I don't do them near as much as everybody else, but it's always fun to know.
Got it. I don't know if they know how to do this or not, but if they don't, then maybe you can show them how to add something fun.
Yeah, that's cute.
Right. Okay. So page layout, you can change your margins, your orientations, the size, adding in different columns, changing the configuration of the columns. So pushing one column to the left, right, instead of being equally broken up. You're adding page breaks, line numbers. So let's just say it's continuous, and this would be more of like a legal document. Get rid of the page borders. So if you have to continuously write, it will keep going down. So if you're doing, I also practice real estate. So when we do off-market contracts, we have to do it this way, like an attorney. Indenting. So it's very similar to the home tab. The indenting is also here, but it's also in layout. So Microsoft likes to make it as user-friendly as possible and put it in multiple places, just in case you don't know what it is. If you have an object, so let's just put in a quick little picture, my photo. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's make this smaller and put it right here. Okay, see how it's breaking of this? I'll recover this when we actually get to it. You can click this and then change the justification so it's free floating and doesn't matter where it goes, the text will go over it. This is in the back. And it also adds a new tab for the picture effects. And like I said, we'll cover that a little bit later. Layout. We'll go to references, table of contents. So when you add like a navigation tab, and you add in table of contents, you can set links. So each header, so header 2, which would be like the title of the next section for it, I would recommend you insert a link there to whatever is in your table of contents. So you're doing a legal document for like a sale of a house, you You do escrow instructions in one section, and then you have title insurance would be another section of what it's covering, what it's not covering, so on and so forth. Especially if it's, I like to do owner finance, creative financing, so no banks are involved. We do this quite a bit. Balthazar, no more, no, I can't pet you right now. I told you he would try to get back on. Okay, insert footnotes, in notes, next footnote. You can search it. You can do researcher, insert citations. I don't know how much you guys are going to do this, but college students, high school students use this a lot. You can change the style for APA, MLA. There should be Chicago also. And then the other ones I have never used in my life. And I'm a college teacher. So that tells you how often. Insert different captions, figures, cross-reference. These are more of editing marks. And then mailings. You can do your envelopes, labels, mail merge. Mail merge is the work of the devil if you don't know how to do it right. Because your Excel file has to match all of your mail merge sections for your labels. If you don't have them properly labeled, being exactly, and I mean exact characters, if you have an extra space, you have an accidental comma, you have something that is different, it's not going to work. We will do that. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's in the beginner coursework for Microsoft Word. If you get frustrated, you're not alone. We're all in it together on this one, because I always screw it up. Again, the first time I do it again, I screw it up, and then I go back and I go, I have extra space or whatever the issue is. Select recipients. So if you already have a whole bunch of lists of people's names, addresses, phone numbers, that type of stuff, that's what you're going to select.
Okay.
That's edit recipients, highlight merges, address blocks, greeting lines, where you can actually input a greeting line into it and then do a like a template letter, and then input the mail merge, and it puts everyone's name on it. And you hit print, and then they all print out all at once. These are the results that are for that, and then you finish the mail merge. Obviously, none of these are open because we have nothing selected. This is the review. This is the full editor, the spell check, thesaurus, word count. I don't believe 16 reads aloud, but it will literally read aloud like Google or Chromebook or one of the other, some of the applications that will read to you. Microsoft will now read it to you. Check the accessibility. We have translate. I want to say it's fairly accurate, but not completely accurate. So if you have someone that is fluent in the language that you're trying to translate to, I would always have them double check it. I know from using the Google Translate, it's like 60% accurate. Microsoft, I believe, is right around 80, or at least it was. I'm hoping 2021 is a little bit more accurate. I haven't checked the accuracy level on this. Add comments to document that you're reviewing, just show comments, track the changes. So if you're doing a collaborative document and you're sharing, which is right here, you can track the changes for everyone or just mine, and then you can lock tracking, so meaning no one can touch it. Simple markups, all markups, no markups, or the original. You can show everything. Review the tracking plane, accept the document, reject the document, previous or next, and then compare compare two documents to see the differences between them. So basically, it would be like the original versus the edited version. And then you can restrict editing, so people can view it, but they can't do anything with it, which I love that feature. Just don't forget your password, otherwise you're kind of out of luck. Then they're done that. View, we're going to be actually covering this one today. I'll just do a quick overview. This is like the read mode. This is the print mode. This is what it's going to look like via print. web layout, it converts it over to what it would look like on a website. You can do your outline, your draft, focus, immersive reader, the vertical version, or you can do a side-by-side version. So if you had multiple pages, let's put some side-by-side for that one.
Mm.
And then this vertical and then front layout. This is the read mode. Hit escape to escape out of it. Okay. I always like to have the ruler up here so you can see how big the page is. One page, multiple pages, page width, you can adjust it. New window, arrange all, or you can split them. You switch your windows back and forth if you have multiple documents open. So let's just say I open a whole bunch, and then I can go switch back and forth between the documents instead of going down here and going, which document is it? And then trying to select the right one. Macros, that's intermediate advanced. That's a set of instructions. You can record the macros and then it will automatically do it for you. It's AI. And then the properties of the document. Okay. And then help. Microsoft Office is pretty good about the help. So if you get stuck, you can always click the help, type in what you're trying to do, and it will literally either find a YouTube video that's approved by Microsoft, or it will give you step-by-step instructions. They do have free online training too. It's not the greatest online training, but it's okay. Okay, questions. That was like a super fast version of what I did last week. And now we're going to be moving on to the other one. Let me get into my document on my second computer here. Okay, chapter 2 is creating files and saving files. I will go over Office for Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. There are practice files that I've loaded onto Google Classroom. If you want to do the practice stuff, you can. I'm not assigning it because it's just like modify this and save it. I'm not going to have you do that. Chapter 3, where we get into Word, that one, there's a lot of files that you need to work with, and that's going to be pretty extensive.
Okay.
And they are loaded on the Microsoft Office Classroom. So let me stop sharing really quick, and I will show you the recording. Screen 1. Okay. So here's my other screen. Move everyone's stuff out of the way so I can see them. Okay, so this is my Google Classroom. Once you're in, this is my Gmail. If you need anything, shoot me a Gmail, and I will do my best. It may go to my spam, so I will also add in my cell phone number. Just tell me you're in my class, and I'll respond back. If it's after like 8 o'clock, give me until the next day, please. I do have a 4-month-old in my house. Okay, so assignment 1 is here. Oops, I want to show people's grades. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to click it, and then it'll say open in Google Doc. Why Google does this drives me nuts. Then just so you'll go here. You'll have to open in a docs, which is so ridiculous. I don't know why it does this. Then go to File, download as a Word document, and then you have yours. Why it makes us do this is beyond me. It was so frustrating. I don't know what to say. Okay. So we'll have to unfortunately do until we can come up with a better plan, or I can create a drive and give everyone access to it, which probably is where we're going to be heading, because there's going to be a lot of assignments over the course of this class.
Okay.
So chapter 2, it's just these. It just has you do a few little things. You like open them up, and I will go over it. But like I said, these are optional if you want practice. They're not mandatory. Let's go to the other one. Chapter 3, as you see, there's a heck of a lot more.
Mm.
Okay. Don't feel overwhelmed. The only ones that I want you to worry about are the Word document ones. We will go back to Excel when it's time for Excel. So as we go through this, I will make sure that you guys aren't overdoing it and trying to do Excel, PowerPoint, and Microsoft Word all in one setting. You're not going to do that. You're just doing one application at a time. But the way this book is configured, it talks about all three at once. And that I don't care for, but it's an easy read. It truly is, and it's not completely boring, which is nice. Okay. So let me close that. I will stop sharing temporarily. All right. Let's get to my book. All right, let me have a sip of my coffee. Do any of you drink coffee?
Oh, I do.
I'm sure you do, John.
That's my life.
Israel, Jasmine, do you guys drink coffee or tea?
I drink coffee in the mornings. I think, yeah.
Cheers. I think this is cup 6 or 7 for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do that much. I'm a lightweight.
If I was in person, I would have like this giant cup of coffee and just drink it the entire time. Yasmin, tea or coffee?
I'm a tea person.
Good for you. My wife is a tea person too. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, coffee has less caffeine than tea. So cheers to caffeine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready to rock and roll now. All right, so let's do. Okay, so this is the book. You can download it. It can be a pain to download, but this is the newest version for this book. The table of contents, we already covered basically 50 pages of curriculum on it, just exploring Microsoft Office. Okay. We're gonna go right into page 79, okay, which is gonna be Microsoft Word. I am gonna cover page 49 through 79 on managing your files really quick. But remember, that's chapter 2 assignments. It's those 3 things. Just kind of open them up, mess with them a little bit. There's really no real assignment for that. Yeah, it's just good practice. All right, so let's get to. If I'm making you sick, I'm sorry. Come on. Okay, there's a practice from last week. Okay, so creating files. Let me change my view because I think I did screen one. Okay. So when you guys are doing Microsoft, I'm not gonna say this. Are you all on a PC or is anyone on an Apple product?
PC.
Okay. Last week everyone was on a PC too. Okay, good. So you can go to your start menu here, depending on I have Windows 11. If you have Windows 10, it looks a little bit different. If you have Windows 8.2, it definitely looks different. But you can go to your start menu, and then you go to Microsoft Word or Excel or PowerPoint. There's Office 365. Okay, go to any one of those, and you just click it. Okay, I'm gonna move this over so you guys can see it. So as you see, I do lots of things. Okay, these are already presets. These are templates. So you have calendars, you have a whole bunch of different things that you can do. Brochures, marketing proposals. I've used some of these templates before. Some of them are great. Some of them are horrible. Check them out. But for the sake of this class right now, click blank template. And then it opens it up just like this, just like what we were originally looking at. Now, let's just say I do my report. That was very difficult. You go to File, and then you do Save or Save As. Quick question to everyone. And if you don't know the answer to this, that's okay. If you just click Save, what type of document do you create? Anyone? So it's just a Microsoft Word document, doc. DOC just means document, okay? So that's what happens. If you do save as, then you have the option. I'll just say report one. I'm not actually going to save it, but you can do your OneDrive. So when you actually sign in and create a Microsoft account, it forces you to set up your OneDrive. So as you guys see, I have my Mendocino College OneDrive here. I want to say it's like 5 gigabytes that I get from Mendocino College for OneDrive, which truly isn't a whole lot. You can pay for more, and it's actually pretty cheap if I remember correctly. And then you have your sites. If like Don, you're at a healthcare facility, I think you may, I'm not saying you do, but you may have a site contract with Microsoft, possibly. If not, it's okay if you don't. But if you have a big facility, generally you'll have your site and then you have your personal one. And then you can always put it in your site so everyone can see it and everyone can touch it. Or you can choose the PC, add a web address and upload it to a web address, or you can browse your exact location where you want it. So if you're on a server, you can change the location and drop it into a completely different file. Name goes here. Document. Now, if it's a plain document and it does not have macros, which is the AI that I was talking about, choose this. If you know someone is going to be working on an ancient version of Microsoft Word, choose something like this because it does change the formatting. So if you have special formatting and it's not on any of those versions, it's going away. It's going to be plain, just an FYI. You can use a template, so it's basically a blank version of what people can edit. You can do your macros enabled template. So that one is going to be the ordered version of what you want to do. Then you have 97 2003 template, PDF. What's a PDF, guys? Can you edit a PDF?
Yeah.
If you have an editor, yeah, but if you don't have the appropriate software to edit it, it's going to be very difficult to edit it.
Okay.
Most of us do have a PDF editor, but if you just have a Adobe Acrobat Reader,
Mm-hmm.
your standard reader, you can't edit it. It's
Okay.
just there. It's just like a picture. Then you have an Express file, single web file, so you can actually change it to HTML format, so you can upload it. The filtered version, rich text, plain text, so there's absolutely no formatting. It's literally, I believe the font is Arial 10 is what it converts everything to. The Word XML document, we have 2003 version of that, strict open document, and then you have the ODT, open document text. These guys, I would say from here down, you will probably never, ever, ever use. But if you're doing for web, definitely. Does anyone ever do web design here? HTML, CSS?
No.
Okay, if you're right, let's just say you don't have the Dreamweaver. It's a really nice piece of software that you can build websites with. And you wanted to do it in Microsoft Office, in Word. You can literally write an entire website, formatting everything, JavaScript, PHP, which are different codes, Python. You can write everything in Microsoft Word, and then you save it as a web file, and you can link them together, and you can actually upload them. It's been a heck of a long time since I've done it this way. I normally use like Dreamweaver, or I have a few others that I use, and use it that way. But you can do it this way. It's like super old school. Okay. Once you have it selected, you click save, or you can change the options for where you want it saved. Right now, it's titled document. Okay. My recent documents, you can go to see where I've been or what you have been, and then you can kind of save things in there. Let's see here. Info. This is the properties of the actual document itself. I'm skipping around on the text here just because it's a little bit easier in chronological order for me. When you're looking at a document, you can see the size. This one's not saved yet, but it's going to be fairly small if I do save it. One page, there's 2 words. It just basically gives you a breakdown of everything that's there. When it was last modified, who the author was. You can always add authors too. If you have someone's email address they're going to be a collaborator with, you can add it, and they can have full editing rights. Check for issues, version history, and then manage documents, and you can protect it this way. Printing. Go to print. I think everyone's done this before, so I won't spend too much time. You can choose whatever your printer is. Okay, you can see all the different printers that are available. That's my color printer right now. The whole thing, certain printed sections. So we can get this, especially in Microsoft Excel. How many of you have ever seen a spreadsheet that's just huge? There's so much data, and you just needed to print like, I don't know, maybe 50 cells to show that. Has anyone ever had to do that? I'll take that as a no. Okay.
No.
You can. I have to give everyone time to respond. You can actually select a certain section in a document, Microsoft, PowerPoint, or Excel. Okay, and just print that. This one's set up a little bit different. In Excel, it's called print pane. So you select what you're doing, and you click only that, and then you click print, and it only prints that. This one, you can select a section of the document and click print selection, and then it will do that for you. If it's one page, whatever page you're on, current one or the custom. And then these are just various different things. The list of the markups, we don't have any of that. List of the styles, we don't have any of that right now. Let's go off of that. Different collated, if you want multiple copies and there's multiple pages, are you doing the first page together, all the print outs at once, or are you doing 1, 2, 3, however many packets together? That's what that means. Print orientation, vertical, horizontal. If it's the size of it, you can change this. Obviously, there's quite a few different sizes. 8.5 by 11 is going to be your normal size. You can change your margins and then print how many sheets per. I believe 16 sheets per one page is the max that you can do. But you can't see it, so I don't even know why you do that. Okay, let's see here. Sharing. So if you can share it to your OneDrive and then share it to other people. You can also sign into another OneDrive and share it to like your facility so people can see it. You can attach it as a PDF or Word document. Let me go back over here. You can export it. That creates a PDF where you can change the file type. This is something else that we've talked about before. Transform to a web page. So this is a brand spanking new thing, and to be honest, I haven't played with this one yet, but I'm curious on how it works. From the little bit that I've read, you can actually select the different types of websites, and you can transform the coding for this Word document into a full-fledged web page with a preset background font, preset images that you can change if you want to. Like I said, I haven't played with it yet, but it is part of our curriculum for intermediate. So I am super excited about that one because I like coding for websites. Let's go back over here and then we'll close. This is your Microsoft account, feedback, and then options. Okay, so let's oops. I'm happy clicking here. Let's do find a file. So let's do one of my martial art files. So created this very basic little flyer in like 5 minutes a few months back for the recreational center in Sacramento. This is one of the things that I do. Have done since I was 6 and 40 this year. So okay. What I did is you go to file, you go to open, and then you can go to any one of your files that are in your history. These are the older recent ones, or you can go to a specific folder. So I don't want to go to any of those, but downloads. Let's see here. My other one, I have more. Oh, my wife found this one for me. Oh. Don't crash, please. There we go. So I just converted a PDF into a Word document. You can do that. It doesn't always work because the PDF is still considered a picture. But this is a recent thing that I had up, and you can always open it up. If the more graphics there are, the longer it's going to take. I don't recommend it if your computer is on the slower side. This computer is only 5 months old. It's fairly fast. Okay. Close that. Do you have questions about opening the files?
No.
All right, so let me close this really quick. Minimize that. So this goes moving the files around. Talked about that. On page 55, if you want to jot this down, you can use your cursor. These are the cursor movements, okay? And these are the keyboard shortcuts. So if you don't know them, this is across the board for all versions of Microsoft Office, all the way back to 1997. They haven't changed. So if you want to write these down, or on page 55 of the online textbook that I have for you guys, it's helpful. It saves a little bit of time. It's not very helpful when it's trying to teach you guys. Okay, I've already shown you that. But that's a slide sorter, so let's get that. We've done that. We've done the different views. And we're doing pretty good today. Okay. Document zoom. That one we haven't done. Okay, so let's do this. Go back. No, to a slide. All right, so we go to view. So on the ribbon, you're normally here on home, right? You're going to go to view, click zoom. So we can check 100%. It zooms it to 100%. So this is at 100%. Let's just say, like my patch down here, I want to zoom to 200%. And then I can zoom in, I can kind of see what's going on with that. Or if you can't really see the details, like this picture's pretty fuzzy, I need to get a better picture. And then you can zoom out, or you can adjust it, and you can do full page. That's about 54% to see what the whole thing looks like. That's a nice little feature. And then if you click this again, it automatically does it. If you have multiple pages, it will click multiple pages, and then it opens up to however many pages you have, and you can see it. Remember, if you do read mode, change print layout, outline, these give you different versions of seeing it. Does that make sense? I'll take that as a yes. Okay, so let me get back here. I always forget at the very bottom, it's down here. These are also different layouts that you guys can see. Display settings, a little bit different. I'm not going to click the optimize for capacity compatibility because it requires a restart, but you can do that and play with it. You can also adjust the zoom here. I don't like doing that because you never get it right. I always do the presets up here, but that's personal preference. You guys can do what you want, but they're down here. Microsoft 2016. It's a little bit bigger version. I think it's more in the center on that version. It's been a while since I've been on the version. Okay. I think we're good there. I've done that. Okay. We're skipping PowerPoint because we're doing Microsoft. We've covered that. Save as the file placement at OneDrive. Okay, the practice ones for page 73 and 74 and 75, you don't need to do, but if you want to, you are free to do them. Let's start chapter 3, and let's see here. We have technically less than an hour left. And I'm supposed to give you guys lab time. All right. So let's just get going. Okay, so within this, we're going to be applying paragraph formatting and changing the text, changing your alignments, your configurations of the actual text itself. I'm going to go over basically the home tab for the ribbon for this lesson. All right. Let me see if I can open. Sorry guys, I misplaced where my little file is. There it is. We format characters and format paragraphs. Okay. All right, so this is a good thing for us to review. See where it says protected view? You guys see that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Enable editing. If you don't click enable editing, for this is Excel, PowerPoint, Access, any of the Microsoft, you can't edit it. So now I have the power to edit it. And then this is from 2003, I think, is when they started doing that one. Okay. So I don't know whose phone that was. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to kind of go over this. The document itself, they're going to have you do other things. This is a practice document. Okay. So right here, let's just change this guy down here. So we're going to go highlight the whole sentence. There we go. Right. So see how there's the ribbon menu. Let's just say we want to save time. Go down here. Let's highlight it again. And then look what pops up. It's the mini version of exactly what your ribbon is. So this is designed for you to make the adjustments. So you can change your font. Let's make it Algerian. Why not? It's cool. Change it to 12. We don't need to bold it. We'll italicize it. No changing that. If we apply styles, we're going to go here. We can do change no spacing. We can change the heading 1, title. What? Hold on. Someone tried to get in. Okay. Well. All right. All right. Where was I? Really? There we go. Hey, Christina.
Hello, sorry I'm late.
It's okay. It happens. No worries. I am recording this, so if you want to keep your camera off for privacy, you're always welcome to. And then I'll eventually upload it to, hopefully I can link it to my drive to Google Classroom so everyone can access it. Okay, so we're covering chapter 3 in the textbook that's posted online. We literally just started chapter 3. I already covered chapter 2. It is in the recordings, but if you've read it, it's pretty easy on how to open and manage your files. Okay, so where was I? Oh, yes. So you can change your styles. We can go back to normal if we wanted to. Line spacing. So this is normal 1.15, 1.5. 2 is double line spacing, 2.5, 3. You can change it. You can add space before, add space below. And like I said, it's the same thing that's up here, guys. It is literally the same thing. This is just a different version. You can click paragraph, and in the textbook, it has you bring this up. You can change your alignment. So where is it going to be completely flat against? And then the other ones are going to be adjusted as far as spacing of letters, spacing of words, and so on and so forth. So we can do, let's do center. Why not? Okay. If you want to indent it, you can. So you can push it over more from the left to the right. Same thing with the right to the left. Special, first line only, or hanging line. Hanging line means it's the one after the first one and subsequent after that. Does that make sense? And then you can change it by how much you want it adjusted. You can mirror the indent, so left is right, right is left. I don't know why you do that, but whatever. And you can adjust your spacing before and after. So what that means is before, see how the, can't see me pointing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you look at the version that's right here, so I'm going to put it back to 0. Okay, watch. When I go up 6 points, barely moves it. When I go up to 12, you see how it moves it down? That's the spacing above where I'm at. And the same thing with spacing below. You can always add more spacing naturally to each section of text. So anytime you hit the return key or the enter key and you do a new paragraph, then it automatically triggers that. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
So I'm going to put this back to 0. And then you can always set this as your default. So any text document that you open up, it's going to do that automatically. So this is for multiple lines, exact lines, at least double, one, singles. Okay, and then line breaks. Let's not do that. Now, does anyone know what the paragraph symbol is? Has anyone ever seen that before? Okay, so right here is hide and show your paragraphs. It also puts, see these dots? Let me zoom in really quick. See these dots in between? Those dots actually aren't there. That's just the way this document now reads if there's a space. If there's a space, then it puts a dot. It's just literally for the computer to recognize empty space. And then these things, these backwards filled in P's with a double line, that's the paragraph symbol. You technically don't ever really need it. I just put it there occasionally, just for students to practice with it. I do believe one of the assignments will ask you to do that, if I remember correctly. So just know that it's right there. It's under paragraph. And the only spot for it, guys, is right here. There is no where you can, like what we were doing is copying and bringing this up. Actually, is it there? No, it's still not there. Okay. You cannot show the symbols without clicking it there. That's the only spot for it, which is really unusual because Microsoft, we've already seen it. There's multiple places to do everything, right? It's just kind of ironic. One thing is right there. Okay. Questions for that little piece of the menu right here and the spacing, or are we good? Good? Yes? I'll take that as a yes. You guys are very quiet. Okay. It's at the end of pre-Friday. Friday Eve, right? Okay. Justification really quick. So justified. If you want it like where it looks like a college textbook or a novel. So here's your left, here's your centered, here's your right, and then here's justified, meaning these lines are going to be completely smooth on both sides. It's completely up to you what you want to do. The more of an academic paper that you're preparing or a report, you might want to do this. It just looks professional, in my opinion. If you're not doing something like that, then it's up to you. It's really up to you. Okay. Let's go back to here really quick. Okay. Okay. So let's change those. Indent hangers. Let's go here. All right, let me zoom out. Go to 75. All right. So let's make these guys bullet points. Okay. So our normal paragraph is where? Here, right? It's at the 0. Our first one is right here, but we have 2. This first high hanger is for our bullet point itself. And then our lower hanger is right here. Now watch, if I do tab, it creates a new one for the secondary line. It puts a bullet point there and then it hangs this in here. If I want to change this, I can. You can literally go and drag it left or right. And that's the left stop. I don't want to do that. Back and forth. And then I can want to put the bullet point back. I can move the bullet point back if I wanted to. The one thing with Microsoft, this version of it, it will automatically keep it within a certain level. And then readjust this. There you go. Okay. If you don't remember how to undo things, Control Z is the best and easiest way. Okay, so those are the hangers. This one is your right indent, so you can adjust it specifically for a certain section of the document. Is it adjusting everything, guys? Yes or no? No, it's only adjusting for that one line that it's on. If you Control A and you do everything and then you adjust this way, then it's the entire document. But if you are only doing, let's just say, these guys to here, and they go over one, okay, and you want this to be, let's just say, justified, and then you want to bring it over so it looks like this. It kind of cleans it up a little bit. All I did was I took the right indent hanger, the lower hanger, and I moved it over to whatever I specifically wanted it to do. That could be done per line or per highlighted section. You have to highlight the section for what you're going to do. Now, it won't change everything. It only changes that either that one line if you're not highlighting or that one highlighted section. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Christina.
Sorry, I keep losing my mouse on both of these screens.
I understand. I have my 2 computers up and my secondary screen where I have your guys's Zoom right now, and I'm working off my primary laptop. And then if I ever get my other screens, I have like 3 wall-mounted screens, so it's like what you'd see kind of like a TV place where it has all the screens are mounted together and they make one big image. That's what I used to have. What we're renting here, so I can't mount one to no. No, I'm not going to pay to have the wall redone. Okay, let's go here. Do you want me to go back over the borders and the page shading or no? It was recorded earlier. I'm happy to do it if you guys need me to.
I personally don't think so.
Okay. All right. I have covered applying character formatting, but let's just go over it one more time because there's a couple different ways to do it. Okay. So when you select it, here's the short version of it. Okay. You can adjust things here, or you can do it up here or in the paragraph. So let's change. Let's see here. Let's do. Ooh, that's gross. I don't like that one. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, let's do Calibri. And that's up to size to 14. And we're going to add bold. So anything in font, you can do it here like this. You can also right click and go to font and then do it this way. So there's 3 different ways to do it. So I'll show you again, okay? You highlight what you need. You can do it this way, right over here. Or once you highlight it, it automatically brings it up. You can change it here. You can also click A, and then it brings it up. Or you can click right click font. So I'll do right click font, okay? And then you can change here. The problem with this version versus using it here, the one in the ribbon gives you examples of what each one looks like. If you're looking here, can you see any difference on any of those? I can't. Okay. Same thing with regular italic, bold, and bold italic. It doesn't actually show you what it looks like. Unless you absolutely know exactly which one you want, then select it and set it as your default. So it automatically does it. There's no questions asked. Save yourself some time. You can also change the color of the font. You make it a nice, beautiful, deep red. Underlining style. You want 2? Okay, fine. We can do 2. Or you can do none, or words only, or single, or dots, or whatever your heart desires at this point. There's, I think, 15 options total. Then underline color. Well, let's make it green. That's Christmassy, even though let's not talk about Christmas yet. You use strike through, double strike through, superscript, subscript, small caps, which is kind of neat. It converts it, the main capitalized letter is bigger, it's twice the size as anything else. And then everything else is all caps, but they're smaller. And then there's all caps and then hidden. Hidden really doesn't do too much. So that's this. Then you can go into your advanced settings. You can scale it, different sizes, percentages. You can change your spacing, normal, expanded, or condensed. The positioning, you can do normal, raised, or lowered, and all that is adjusting where it's normally on the main line. It either puts it a little bit above or a little bit below. That's all that really does. And then you can change by how many points. Okay, remember, 0.6 is the size of that font. That's how much movement it would do. Okay, and it goes in increments of 6. So 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay. Let's see here. open type features. Well, actually, standard only. Yeah, this is going to be for link documents on that one. We're not going to do that right now. And that would be for the advanced. And then click OK, and then there we go. Questions? No? Okay. Okay. I've already covered the font as far as the 3D, the word art. I'll recover it in a second. Subscripts and superscripts. Cover that really quick. And I'll do bigger text so you guys can see it. So I'll make sure I'm not missing anything before I cut you guys loose to do your work. Okay. Modified list, bulleted. So. Okay. Okay. Here. So word art. So we can change it to do various different things. I'm going to make this obnoxiously big, just so you guys can see, okay? We are going to go 36. Please forgive that there's 2 views on this one. I don't just want. Be good on this. It's good. Okay. Go in. There we go. Great. Let's do just how they work. Go to the home tab, you go to word art. You click this, see how it changes a little bit? You can change it and then you can add different effects to it. So let's do this one. That one's probably the easiest to see. And you can go into here and then you can change the shadowing. Let's just say it's a nice sunny day and there's a nice shadow. So on the very back, it's got pre-programmed letters. So literally it gives it a 5 o'clock shadow, for the lack of better words. And you can do this for any one of these. You can add a glow. Okay, you can make it glow too. Okay, see, it's actually on my cursor's on the wheel right now, so I can do the different emphasis of it. Okay, it's just fun little things that you can do and change. Reflections, you can add it so it's upside down, side by side, so on and so forth. The shadowing too. So it adds just a different dimension of it. It makes it more 3D. Questions?
No.
Okay. Okay. Then the bullets are ready. Built-in styles. I've talked about that before. You can recover it really fast to make sure everyone's got it. Okay. Okay, so I went back to the original format. So here you can select different styles that you want. When you go to design, you can change the theme. So you can automatically change the theme of it. excuse me, and it pre-programs. They see how if I do a mouse rollover, it automatically kind of selects the spacing, the font, and whatever we need to do. And then you can go in here and you can change it completely. We can go to circuit and then we can change it completely. See how it changed everything. These are all pre-programmed. You can change the effects. You can also go in here and change your paragraph spacing as needed. You can open it up, relax it, double it so there's even more spacing. Okay. Yeah. I think that is it. So let me go back to okay. So your assignment. Do the exercises in the book at the end of chapter 3 for Microsoft Word only. So I'll post the assignment and then I'll link just to apply styles. Pick 2 or 3 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 options. You get to pick which ones you want. Okay, do 2 or 3 of them. I would recommend playing around with all of them at some point, just for good practice, and we'll go from there. So I'll create the assignment right now. We'll stay on for a little bit longer. If you want to work offline, you're more than welcome to. You don't need to hang around. Okay. So let me create that assignment for you guys really quick. As I said before, I put due dates, but this is a non-credit class. Make sure that it posted. Yep. Okay. So everyone can access my Microsoft Classroom, right? Through Google Classroom.
Yes.
Jasmine, you were able to get in, right? No,
Yes. Or
I don't see you on the list. Do you need the code again?
yes.
Okay, go ahead and if you have your phone handy, maybe take a picture of it, and then you can just use that, and you'll get logged in.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Just let me know when you've got it. And then Christina, you were able to get in, right?
Yeah, I was able to get in.
Cool. So everything is there. Jasmine, do you have it?
I'm joining it right now.
So I'll close that. I will stop sharing. Are there any questions that you guys would like to ask? Excuse me. That I can provide clarification, demo again, or are we good and I'll just hang out for a little while, and if you want to start it, or you can just call it good for tonight and then work on it a little bit later. It's up to you. I am here no matter what.
Thanks, David. I think I'm gonna work on it tomorrow myself.
Okay, sounds good. So if you don't have any questions, Israel, you can go and have a wonderful evening and happy Friday tomorrow and enjoy your weekend.
Yes, sir. You too. And I do have your info if I do.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I also posted my cell phone number. Text me if it's after 8 p.m. I'll get to it the next day.
Got you.
Thanks, David.
You're welcome. You guys have a nice weekend.
You too.
Thanks.
I do have a quick question.
Okay, Jasmine, go ahead.
So for this class, I had to do it on my phone because I didn't get an email, but I did sign up for the class. So I'm not sure where I could find that to have it on my computer.
Okay, let me think here. Do you have my email address?
Just from the one you posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. So everything is on Google Classroom.
Mhm.
Are you able to get on your computer wherever it's located and then try to log
Yes, just because I was forwarded the class that this was happening, and then I just signed up, but for this class today, I never got an email or a notification.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, so
Can I
that's what I
forward
was just
her?
thinking.
Yeah. Go right ahead. You guys can exchange information and then
Okay.
feel free. It's the same link for the next 40 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I'll forward it to you, Jasmine.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Uh-huh.
Don,
Thank you.
do you have any questions? Or are you good?
I think I'm good.
Okay, fantastic. If you need anything, shoot me an email or text.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Awesome. Okay.